Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball, presented by Mizuno. Youth being served here in Rosemont, Illinois. A really good Sunday crowd expected at Parkway Bank Sports Complex. And why not? We got a good thing going. Athletes Unlimited Softball Week 3 action. Today we celebrate the exact halfway point of the season. It's another doubleheader. Our lid lifter, Team Palacios, going to take on Team McQuillan. As you'd imagine, the leaderboard getting interesting. It's tighter than a tick. Amanda Lorenz in the top spot, but she's got some pursuers. Lexi Kilfoyle is in the 2-hole. Sasha Palacios, Tori Vidalis, all trying to hold off Taylor McQuillan, who now finds herself on the outside looking in of the top 4. Glad to have you along for the ride, folks, with my longtime partner, former All-American at Washington, Danielle Laurie. I am Eric Collins. We started our week with a couple of good games yesterday. We hope to build on that today.
Well, especially for first-time captain Sasha Palacios. I mean, she was fantastic in how she managed that team. So to continue that momentum, but on the flip side, with Taylor McQuillan, they didn't play up to par in how they normally play and have played for her. So it'll be good for them to try to turn that page. Let's
talk about Team Palacios first. They won yesterday by a score of 6-3. Their hitting star, no surprise, was the veteran Haley McClendon.
Well, and I mean, it was pretty special that it just happened to come on her 100th game in the champ season and AUX, and she absolutely bolted this out of here. The last one coming 2 years ago, so probably just had to feel so good for her to get that one out, run into her team, and put Palacios up just a little bit more.
Now trying to keep the beat going. It'll be a similar lineup card that we saw yesterday for Team Palacios. The captain, Sasha Palacios, making this out. Aubrey Leach leads things off, followed by Sis Bates, who's riding a 7-game hit streak. Haley McClenny in the 3-hole, followed by the Palacios sisters. Charlize will catch today after being the DP yesterday. Sasha will DP today after catching yesterday. Sam Fisher, Kaylee Harding, Andrea Filler from Northwestern, and Morgan DeBoard rounding out the 9. That 9 will bat against the right-hander from Alvin, Texas. No, it's not Nolan Ryan. It's Alyssa Denham.
Yes, bringing in Alyssa Denham. She has partnered up so well with Taylor McQuillan. They complement each other well.
One pitch into the game, we got ourselves a base hit. Aubrey Leach saw something she liked, whacked it into left field. So leadoff single for Leach to begin our first inning. Leach, we always talk about the fact that she normally sees a whole bunch of pitches. First 2 at-bats yesterday, she went to 3 balls and 2 strikes before putting the ball in play. This time, attacks pitch numero 1. Here's Sis Bates. Sis Bates has the longest active hitting streak here with Athletes Unlimited. She has hit in all 7 games that she's played so far this season. Yesterday had her first extra base hit, had a double. A little small ball, and we'll do it again. 2 balls and a strike.
The one thing I feel like I'm seeing Alyssa Denham do a lot more of, especially in this championship season, throwing more off-speed pitches. She has that off-speed drop as well as the off-speed curveball. You've seen her take something off it a little bit. And you have to. I think every single week is a new weekend to kind of reinvent yourself, and it can be tricky being a pitcher because you know the just caliber of these hitters and how they're going to try to adjust off you. You have to always come with a different game plan.
3-1 misses outside, so a 5-pitch walk puts runners on at first and second. Well, we asked Alyssa Denham to tell us about her arsenal.
Hi, I'm pitcher Alyssa Denham. My favorite pitch is a drop ball because I like to utilize my defense.
Drop balls come in handy here with Athletes Unlimited, particularly when the wind's blowing out. You can get ground balls, you can limit the damage. But right now, Denham needs to find that strike zone, Danielle.
Yeah, and you see Gwen Svekis calling a quick timeout. And that last pitch just didn't look comfortable, and it was way out. So giving her a second to check in.
Haley McClenny History for her yesterday, played in her 100th Athletes Unlimited game and celebrated by hitting a homer. A delayed steal by Leach. What a smart play by Leach to get over to third base. Defense kind of lost track of her, and that'll be a +10 for Leach.
Well, and so good, so sneaky. Utilizing her speed, respecting the point system, knowing that's a couple points she can put in the bank.
McClenny down the left field line, foul territory. Tagging from third is Leach, and she has to stop. That's a good, strong throw by Bubba Nichols. First out of the game.
One thing I can say about Alyssa Denham is she doesn't have a whole ton of pitches, and that's okay. She has that drop, that fastball, as well as the curve. You see that spin rate on her curveball. That's getting the most rotations, but to me, it's just how she can change speeds on her pitches.
Going out at second with the steal. Here comes Leach! And she steals home! And Bates has caught him between second and third. Run's gonna score. It's a 1-0 lead for Team Palacios as Jackrabbits on the bases. Aubrey Leach and Sis Bates pull off a double steal.
Well, trying to make stuff happen on the base pass. See Sis Bates going with that throw, and Aubrey Leach, a ton of speed. It doesn't matter where anyone is. You know she's going to get there. Sis Bates trying her best to get into third, but gets in this pickle, and nice job by Jessie Warren not having to make the throw, but laying the tag.
So 2 steals in the inning for Aubrey Leach. Scoring on the back end of a double steal. And it's a 1-0 lead for Team Palacios. There is the captain, Sachel Palacios. Remember, there are not traditional coaches here at Athletes Unlimited, so quite possible that Sachel Palacios called that, or at least gave Leach and Bates the idea to think about doing it. Charlize Palacios is the batter. Pops it up into center field. Wins a factor today. Morgan Zirkle makes the catch, and the side is retired. What? A stolen run for Team Palacios. They lead 1-0. When we come back, Team McQuillan heading to the bat rack. Start for Team Palacios. They steal a run in the first inning, and now they need to hold Team McQuillan to nothing, and they'll win the first inning and be +10 for everyone on their team. Team McQuillan yesterday, 3 runs in a loss. One of those runs coming off the bat of Sierra Romero, her first homer of the year.
Yeah, this was an absolute tank. It had to feel good. Coming off her bat, she's been trying to adjust her swing at times, going back to her roots at Michigan and switch it up a little bit. So that definitely had to feel good.
Here's the lineup card for Taylor McQuillan, Zirkle, Nichols, Koffel, Warren, Piancastelli, Rachel Garcia is the first baseman. There's Sierra Romero in the 7-hole. Gwen Svekis behind the plate, and Nadia Taylor's going to get an opportunity. She hits 9th. So Team McQuillan will start Kayla Beaver. Beaver pitched 6 1/3 innings the first 2 weeks of the season. She's given up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, a couple of strikeouts, and a walk.
I like that the rookie's getting the opportunity today. Started out at Central Arkansas and made her way to Bama. A big part of getting Alabama past Tennessee in the Super Regionals into Oklahoma City.
First 2 pitches miss. Kayla Beaver, 6 1/3, playing to a tune of a 4.42 ERA. Again, the day 46th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. There's your first strike.
That's why this is a good opportunity. I mean, only 4.2 innings pitched so far in the championship season, but you can go out on day 2 and get some good innings under your belt, bulk up on your points a little bit, and at times I want to say instill a little bit of confidence in your ability, right? At times with those rookies, you don't know what they're going to bring in the circle or how they're going to perform at this level. Playing pro is definitely a lot different than the college game. So to be able to get some good, solid innings in, I think could be very important for her.
3-1 to Zirkle. And that misses down low. A 5-pitch walk to Morgan Zirkle to begin the bottom of the first inning. Now this is what Kayla Beaver throws.
I'm Kayla Beaver, and my favorite pitch to throw is my rise ball. I love how deceiving it is and how fooling it can be to the hitters.
Love a good rise ball. The one thing I can say is she throws hard, and she does do a good job at mixing on both sides of the plate. Doesn't just tend to stick with that pitch that's elevated up in the zone, can go in on the hands of hitters with confidence, and I think that's what complements her ability to go upstairs when she needs to.
So she walks Zirkle to begin the bottom of the first inning, and then throws 2 good strikes to Bubba Nichols. Bubba lifts it foul right side and into the bullpen area.
And at times the biggest difference from the college game to once you start to play professionally, it's just understanding that when you miss, it really hurts you. At times in college you can get away with certain things, but at the pro level, when it comes to certain pitches and counts, especially 0-2, 1-2, it's being really precise with location, and when you miss, these hitters make you pay.
Ball and 2 strikes. Bubba Nichols currently 28th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Got that lofty batting average, 375. 9 hits and 24 bats. Straight up in the air. Oh, Wynn's going to play tricks with this. Oh, my goodness. Sis Bates can't make the play. And everyone, out at second base. Zirkle is out on the force. And that may be challenged. The wind is just tremendous today, gusting. And you can see that Sis was having a hard time with the wind.
This is an extremely difficult catch. I mean, Sis Bates doing everything she can to shield her eyes. You just see how much she has to move. The ball is wiggling so much. It does look like she got her at second. It's just the little things, right? That heads-up play. Yeah, I don't make the catch, but what am I doing next? Where am I going? We'll see if the captain, Taylor McQuillan, is going to try to just chat with the umpire or potentially initiate a challenge.
So the 3 umpires are going to get together. Perry Owens, Rick Cohen, and Mark Craver. Challenges for the most part this year have not been a good idea for any of the captains. Only 1 challenge through the first 14 games has been overturned.
Call on the play at second base is out. Team Blue is challenging.
And with as close as it was, Eric, I don't think it's a bad idea to challenge it.
Okay, this is going to be the look.
Kind of looks like she
super
got her
close.
hand in there, maybe. Take a look at Zirkle's right hand when she's sliding in to when that ball's getting in the glove. I think she's out.
Now, the call on the field was out, so you need indisputable video evidence to overturn that.
I think it's going to stand.
Good job by Sis not to panic. And the fact that she was literally 4 feet away from second base is the only reason she was able to get the force at second. It's a big call. First and second with nobody out, or runner on at first with 1 out. Well, I don't think it was just the wind, too. I also think the sun may have been a factor for Sis. Looked like she was having a hard time tracking it.
Just the way that the ball carried from the shortstop position all the way to second base.
After further review, the call on the field is upheld.
Okay. So the out is upheld at second base. It'll go as a fielder's choice. And Nichols replaces Zirkle as the runner on at first. If that call had been overturned. I'd be curious to see if they would have given Bubba Nichols a base hit. Theoretically, Sis didn't get close enough to get called for an error. Don't have to worry about it. Here's Aaron Koffel, rookie shortstop. Currently 7th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Good swing. Left back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And a nice job by Kayla Beaver. Good velocity in on the hand, 68 miles an hour. Pretty electric spin rate. When you think about that, I mean, that one's over 1900, means that ball is wiggling and moving. Let's just take a second look here at that spin, and that's something to take notice of all the different pitchers. It's always forever changing, but that spin rate is how fast the rotation of the ball is moving. That fastball is highlighted, the most spin on that pitch.
How recent is that information in the world of softball? When you played professionally, when you played collegiately 15, 20 years ago, did you have access to that information?
Not back in our day with college. Back going in and doing the second Olympics, we started to dive deep into it. I'll tell you, I got in my head big time about it because people are so caught up in data and how great it is and give me all this information. And I remember this guy coming in and telling me like, oh, your spin rate's not great, you're not really a strikeout pitcher. What? I'm over here like, yeah, but does it measure beast mode? Because
yeah, Danielle Laurie, yeah, I realize you're what, 3rd all time in NCAA strikeouts, but you're not a strikeout pitcher.
But you're bred to want to know more data than we ever have in the game. So to you know, the little softball players that are watching and listening, it's not always, that's not what measures how great of a player you are. It can help definitely add value to what you are. But man, when you're out there dealing with the pressure, it doesn't measure that.
Second walk allowed by Beaver. Koffel goes to first, moving to second goes Bubba Nichols. Just a reminder, folks, 1 run was scored by Team Palacios in the top of this 1st inning. So if Team McQuillan does not score, it'll be a +10, an inning win for everyone on Team Palacios. Next in line for Team McQuillan is Jesse Warren. Good stop by Charlize Palacios.
And you're just seeing Kayla Beaver struggle with being able to get ahead of some of these hitters and giving up a couple free passes this inning. These are the things, especially as a rookie, you want to try to eliminate. And it's not that we need to throw the ball over the plate, but it's utilizing that defense. I think that's the one thing that I loved when I got to play professionally, was being able to look around and see like you have the best of the best all around you. Use your defense. Just don't pop it up to Sis Bates right now, but anywhere else. I mean, the wind and the sun definitely is a factor here, but as a pitcher, you got to trust your defense.
There's the strike she needed. Kayla Beaver, we mentioned that she finished at Alabama, but she started her college experience in Conway, Arkansas, playing for the Central Arkansas Sugar Bears. Central Arkansas is in the Atlantic Sun Conference. So Kayla Beaver went from the Atlantic Sun to the SEC. Jesse Warren, entire college experience, was in the ACC. One of the best, maybe the best to ever play in the ACC. Playing for Lonnie Alameda at Florida State. On the ground, that'll make it through. Harding quickly fields it, gets it back into the infield, and everyone moves up 60 feet. Softly hit, but placed perfectly, and the bases are loaded.
Well, and this was such a unique swing in itself because it almost looks like she stops her swing, just kind of makes contact with it, doesn't even have to fully, but it's the location of the pitch is not a bad spot. I mean, dude, this almost bounced, and she's able to make contact, hit it right through the 3-4 hole. As a pitcher in that moment, you have to tip your cap. It's a good piece of hitting.
Great opportunity for Erica Biancastelli. One of the best power hitters in the history of Athletes Unlimited softball. 17 career home runs. Bases loaded, 1 out. Uh-oh. Beaver's first 2 pitches to Biancastelli both miss. Great hitters count for Biancastelli, who with 1 more home run will be the all-time leader by herself in Athletes Unlimited championship season history. Three and 0. Swinging 3-0 and fouled right side. Well, when she was at McNeese State, one of the best power hitters in college softball, but maybe probably not given a lot of opportunities to swing a 3-0 pitch. Athletes Unlimited, as a pro, you can do whatever you want, and she chooses to swing 3-0. On the ground, could be 2. There's 1. Double play. Just what the doctor ordered. Leach to Bates to Filler. 4-6-3, and it's an inning win for Team Palacios.
The 4-6-3 all the way. This was so clutch in the example of using the defense like Doug talked about. Beaver gets out of the jam.
Palacios, a 1-0 lead as we begin our second inning here in Rosemont, Illinois. Sasha Palacios, the captain of Team Palacios, wearing a microphone. Let's go into the game now with the U.S. Air Force.
We're retiring. We're retiring. What a trio, though. Like, if I could have written...
And honestly, I have no regret. Like, there's no 1 ounce of me that like I should keep going. Like, I'm so content.
If 3 of us are on the same team, like, we don't know if it's going to happen again. Like...
Everybody, collective deep breath. Have fun, okay? Together, pass the bat. That's all we have. No pressure on us. It's all of us together, okay?
Sasha Palacios, she was running in the outfield before the game with Sam Fisher and Haley McClenny, and they were saying, we're retiring. All 3 of those players will put their shoes on home plate when it's all said and done in 2 weeks' time and retire from the world of softball.
Well, I think the one thing that stands out is just hearing her say she's so at peace with it. And at the end of the day, you have to be. You think about you dedicate your life to the sport from a really young age. So when you decide to hang it up, it is closing a chapter that you've known your whole entire life. And it can be sad, but they seem definitely like they're in a good space to be able to move on and still help impact the game. They're huge just ambassadors for the sport. They're not going away. But it's more so the off-season training and the grind and all of those things at times that come in to factor when it's time to hang it up.
Sam Fisher bats. Palacios on at first base. She was hit with a pitch. That's a +8 for her. It's already been productive, about 20 minutes into our game. Palacios with that first inning win, +10. Hit by a pitch, +8. She's got 18 points. 0-2. Denham quickly ahead of Sam Fisher. On the ground. Oh, that ball had eyes. How did it get through both Garcia and Romero? Base hit for Sam Fisher. She'll take it.
Well, to me, it actually looks like Rachel Garcia slips when she goes to go field this ball, but not able to get to it and just finds a way through the 3-4 hole. Squeaks in there.
So Sam Fisher picks up her 3rd hit of the season. And they make use of a good rally here in the second inning for Team Palacios. A change will be made. Sasha Palacios, the captain of Team Palacios, is going to take herself out, and Josie Muffley will come in to run. So Muffley on at second. Fisher follows her at first. Kaylee Harding. 5 hits through the first 7 games for her. 0-2, second consecutive batter that Denham has gotten quickly into a hole. 0-2.
Yeah, she's doing a great job painting that corner away. Clutch pitch. You're able to get ahead of hitters. I mean, we know this. It puts you in a better position to be able to toy around with them and throw different pitches. But like I said, she's been able to control that off-speed so well, that off-speed curve, that off-speed drop. These counts are clutch for that pitch.
2-2. Team Palacio scored a run in the first inning by being creative. Aubrey Leach a single. Moved to second on the walk by Sis Bates. Then Leach stole second with runners on at first and third. A double steal. Bates stole second, and on the throw down to second, Leach came home on the back end and stole home for our only run of the game. On the ground, that's fair. And 2 outs. Oh, it's foul? It's the home plate umpire's call until the ball gets to third, and that seemed to be a fair ball to me.
Yeah, I'm with you. Gwen Svekis, catcher, she is not happy about it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. The third base umpire, whose job is just to call out or not, he called out, but it's not his job whether or not to call fair or foul. That's the home plate umpire's call, and the home plate umpire said the ball had gone foul before Jesse touched it. That's a tough pill to swallow. 2-2. All right, Denham picks herself up, strikes out Harding. First strikeout of the game for either side.
Well, and as much as we love a strikeout, I mean, that was going to be an easy double play for Jessie Warren. So I totally understand the frustration of Svekis behind the plate with that. Moving on, Alyssa Denham with a big K.
I didn't see how Harding was running down the line, but that could have theoretically been a triple play.
I know.
Here's the former Northwestern Wildcat, Andrea Filler. Filler, 14th out of 60 players on the leaderboard to begin the day.
I will say the zone from yesterday to today changed a little bit, a lot tighter, a little bit more small than it was yesterday. You definitely could get a little bit of bigger corners.
2-1. How long did it take you as a pitcher to understand the strike zone?
First pitch.
Really?
Yeah, first couple pitches of the game. And you know, too, the umpires that you're getting because you start to learn who they are. So you're like, oh, okay, I know that I can get away with half a ball off the plate today, or I can get up in the zone. Sometimes you're like, oh, man, it's going to be a tough day for me. You got to mentally prepare.
Popped up into that wind. Calling for it, Koffel gives way to the left fielder, Nichols. 2 down.
That's a good job by Bubba Nichols, calling off Erin Koffel at shortstop, especially with her momentum coming in and with the wind and how that was a factor on the Sis Bates play the inning prior. Makes more sense for the Audis to just take control.
Here's Morgan DeBoard. DeBoard getting the start today out in left field. Second consecutive start for her. DeBoard yesterday 0 for 1. Loyola Marymount and then Minnesota for her college experience. Slapped into left field. Nichols fields, and they're going to send the runner. Nope, the stop sign put on, and back to third with the dive goes Muffley. That was an aggressive turn by Muffley at third. She was halfway home. First professional hit for Morgan DeBoard.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right through the 5-6 hole. Goes with this pitch on the outer half, and I'm wondering if she just chose to go on her own or if she heard something, because the facilitator, Caroline Hardy, who is there, you see her point, I guess, a little bit, but Muffley tends to...
First ball swinging, foul off the bat of Aubrey Leach.
Make the good read. The last thing you want to do is be out at home. She would have been dead meat.
Aubrey Leach Swung at the first pitch an inning ago and got herself a single. Eventually stole home for the game's only run. 0-2. Third batter this inning that Denham has gotten a hole. 0-2. And just because you get Aubrey Leach down to the count 0-2 doesn't mean you don't have any work remaining. She is one tough customer.
It's just been so cool to see just the velo change multiple times in at-bats here for Alyssa Denham. I mean, the pitch prior was at 62 miles an hour, and then that last pitch, 51. She's constantly changing that up.
All right, this becomes an important pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs. You don't want to miss here and go 3-2. So now it will go 3-2, and Denham needs to talk. That ball seemed to slip out of her fingers, maybe?
Yeah, that one looked like it hurt her. Yeah, it just kind of looks like maybe something going on body-wise, uncomfortable. The way she kind of put her hands on her knees.
All right, 3-2. Needs to throw a strike. That is a fair ball. Warren over to first, side is retired. So a great job by Denham. Got herself into trouble, had a little bit of adversity, and gets out of it. Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball is sponsored by Mizuno. Week 3 starting yesterday with 2 games. Both games were decided by 6-3 final scores. Team Palacio beats Team Kilfoyle 6-3. Team Lorenz beat Team McQuillan 6-3. So far, so good for Team Palacios. They lead Team McQuillan Sunday afternoon 1-0 as we play the bottom of the second inning. The captain for Team Palacios is Sachel Palacios, who has been so much fun to watch. First as a college player at Arizona State, saw her play internationally, Mexican national team in 2020 Olympics, and she has been a staple here in Athletes Unlimited since 2020. She's wearing a microphone. She joins us right now. Hey, Sachel, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Congratulations. You moved from 3rd to 2nd with what you've done so far today. You got hit with a pitch and you won the first inning. You're in 2nd place now on the leaderboard.
Dang, I didn't even know.
Sachel, what's it like going into the weekend? First-time captain. I mean, there's 3 of you guys that are retiring together. That's pretty special. You have your sister on your squad.
It's been, honestly, the best week of my life, I think. It's been a lot of nerves because, obviously, like you said, I'm a first-time captain, but I really focus on making sure that I got great people on my team, people that are selfless and just ready to ride and to go into these games. It's a grind here. There's so many talented players here. And obviously, getting the chance to play with my sister this week and giving her the reins behind the plate today has been just a blessing, and I know me and my family are really grateful.
Third baseman Fisher throws out Garcia.
Good, Charlize.
1 down.
Good, Charlize.
We heard you talking pregame in the outfield with Sam Fisher and Haley McClenny, talking about the fact that this is the final go-round as professionals for you 3. When you picked your team, was that in mind, or is it just kind of a happy coincidence that the 3 players who are going to retire at the end of the year are on the same team this week?
I think, God placed this in a path to happen. I think that they're 2 of the best to ever do it, and the fact that we're all going out together is so special. And I think for us, it's just like pouring into the young people, being all together. We obviously went to Greenville this week, and we're super blessed to be there with the Little Leaguers. We didn't get to play, but just spending that quality time as a group, and obviously, I think we're all super content with our careers and when we're ending and how we're going out. And I'm just so grateful to be here. Room. Atta baby, good job. I'm sorry. It's super grateful to be going out together, and what an honor. When I was playing against them, both with Team USA and I was on Team Mexico, I never thought I'd get this opportunity to be teammates with them and learn from them. And it's safe to say that they're going to be friends for life, for sure.
Do you and your sister talk shop about pitch calling? Like when she was at UCLA this year, did she ever like pick your brain about just kind of how that goes? Because I know she was one of the only catchers that was calling her own games. So.
Yeah, we talk a lot about it. We go to family dinners and we're talking for like hours after.
Fascinating family dinners. I love it.
I love it. So good, so good.
Third inning when we come back to Rosemont.
To be considered an inspiration for the next generation of softball players means the world to me. It is a huge reason why I play this sport and why I play this sport the way that I do.
I think it's so crazy to be somebody that people come up to me and say things like, we love watching you play, or you're my daughter's favorite player. In my wildest dreams, don't know that I ever would have thought that I'd be in this position. So it's something that I take very seriously and I take a tremendous amount of pride in, because I want to be somebody that kids can look at and say, that could be me one day.
That's our goal, is to be here and continue to grow the game. So 10, 15 years from now, the girls that are growing up playing the game can say, hey, like, now we're here. Now we made it, and now we get to do what our role models and our inspirations did for us.
Chosen by our Softball Player Executive Committee, A Fearless Pursuit is dedicated to empowering women and girls to live boldly, play fearlessly, and courageously create the lives they dream of. Whether it's through the examples of our athletes or the incredible women in our own lives, there are no limits to the greatness any one of us can achieve. One pitch, one out. Sis Bates right back to the circle, and Denham throws her out. This has been a banner year for women's sports globally. So much positive momentum. Congratulations to the women's basketball team. Olympics, Team USA.
Nail biter.
For those of you who don't know, softball is back in the Olympics in 2028 in Los Angeles. Little editorial, never should have been taken out. Haley McClenny is an Olympian, 2021 over in Tokyo. McClenny batting against Denham. Her first time up, she flew out to left field. Haley McClenny, one of the original Athletes Unlimited softball players, came into this league in 2020. Off the glove of Garcia, who thought that maybe Romero was at first. She wasn't. And McClenny is going to be in scoring position. Garcia was hoping against hope that Romero was over at first base, and when she wasn't, it allows McClenny to go to second.
Yeah, and you see where Sierra Romero was. She ended up kind of going right behind her to make sure if that ball got through, she'd be able to have her back. But to me, it's about the communication, right? Like, hey, I got you, I'm going to get to first. Not sure if they were on the same page.
Well, it scored a single for McClenny. There's no way that Garcia was going to field that and beat McClenny to first base. So a single for Haley. She goes to second on the error by Garcia. Charlize Palacios is the batter, younger sister of Sachel. Charlize bats right-handed. Sachel bats left-handed. In the old Pac-12, and it sounds weird saying it, but the old Pac-12, 3 teams in the Palacios family accounted for. Charlize played at both Arizona and UCLA. Sachel played at Arizona State.
I know, RIP Pac-12.
Stunning.
I don't love it.
UCLA going to the Big Ten. Arizona, Big 12. Popped up. Koffel, 2 down. So one Palacios down. Here comes another. Sachel grabs the bat. Her first time up, she picked up 8 points the hard way. Got hit with a pitch. procedural timeout, just reinserting Sachel back into the game. After she made it to second base an inning ago, she was lifted for a pinch runner. So it has to be reinserted. RB opportunity for Sachel.
Returning to the lineup in the DP spot at batting 13, Sachel Palacios.
Out of 60 players here in Rosemont, only one is higher up on the leaderboard than Sachel Palacios. That's Amanda Lorenz. Liner foul. And I will say this. I always feel as if catchers here in AU deserve every bit of good karma they can get. They are working.
Oh, yeah.
They're working with different pitchers every
Yep.
single week. They're working catching bullpens when they're not in the game. Sometimes even when they should be just hanging out in the dugout, relaxing, they're still catching bullpens. We played during the month of August. Today's an unusually cool day, but frequently we see temperatures in the 90s and they're wearing all that gear. Sachel has seen it all.
Well, in the grind on their bodies, you remember yesterday's game, back-to-back, Jordan Roberts got crushed on the same pitch. And it's just like, you wake up the next day, you're like, oh man, I'm not moving like I used to in those early college days.
Oh, snagged in the web of the glove by Alyssa Denham, and that'll retire the side. So the single and the error behind Denham caused no damage. It's still 1-0 as we play the bottom of the third. One of the all-time greats, Kat Osterman. Man, if you saw her, folks, you knew you saw her. She was a difference maker in the world of collegiate, international, and pro softball. Just a sensational champion. She was the first champion in the history of Athletes Unlimited. And we're not just talking softball. Every Athletes Unlimited sport, it was first Kat Osterman in the fall of 2020. Just a tremendous, tremendous statesman, tremendous performer, and one of my favorites. She is in the building today. Kat Osterman has been here for the last couple of days. Hey, Kat, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Anytime I can get up here to Chicago and Athletes Unlimited, it's a great day.
Hey, you're here. The Alliance Stars of tomorrow. It's been going on over the last couple of days. Your relationship, how did you get involved in the event and how did it go?
Yeah, so this is our second year for Stars of Tomorrow here in Rosemont, and we do it in conjunction, obviously, with Athletes Unlimited to allow the young athletes the opportunity to be around the pros. You know, the pros come out and do a panel. They help run practice. A couple of them with the respective sponsors. We had Slugger, Easton Rawlings, and Marucci, so they all brought out that pros that swing their bats. They did a home run derby and a little bit of a chalk talk with them. So, you know, just try to immerse them in the pro game. But I got involved last year. Jamie Lowprice had asked if I wanted to come up and help out a little bit. I was actually a facilitator for the event last year, and then I told Jamie, I said, hey, I kind of know this Athletes Unlimited point system and all of that inside out. And so that was more my role this year, was making sure, connecting with the pros and then making sure scoring-wise we were all on the same page and moving forward. But the Alliance is the organization that the team I coach with, the Texas Bombers, play under, and so kind of it all interconnects, but I loved being a bigger part of that event this summer, being able to see these athletes. So many of them love to be able to come in and just, I mean, some of them were just giggling that Sis Bates was even in the stadium, yet alone talking to them.
How do the athletes like the scoring system?
It takes a little getting used to, because, you know, they aren't so sure on the win points all the time, but you know, they come out here as like an all-star type event, and we try to tell them, like, just have fun, don't worry about it too much.
Yeah.
But we did have a pitcher who also hits, who happens to be a really good athlete, so we heard her on Friday already talking about, I think I need to try to steal some bases because I could get up there in points, like trying to maximize her her situation. So it's really cool, because I think once we explain it to them, they start to try to add up and risk reward on stolen bases, and you know, just like the pro athletes, they all want the amazing play to be worth something, and we're like, unfortunately on the defensive side, all you get is a nod for possible defensive MVP.
It's amazing. You've been retired for a couple of years. Your influence is still here in this building. Nadia Taylor, Texas Longhorn like yourself, just made it out, but she wears number 88 because she always wanted to wear 8, but that's not going to happen if you play in Texas after Kat Osterman clearly retired. But in terms of a good thing. We're going to have more of a good thing. It's not just going to be AU's championship season going forward. We're going to start playing softball in the spring, next spring, AUSL. You're involved with that as well. Your thoughts on what we're going to see with the AUSL?
Yeah, really excited to be part of that advisory board as we start to launch AUSL. We're going to have a minimum of 4 teams, 60 athletes, hopefully a couple more to get more athletes in the mix, but traditional model. So we're going to have 4 teams. They're not going to rotate rosters. So I think athletes and fans both have kind of been asking for that. So now AU being able to adopt that part of the game as well and allow these athletes, 6 to 8 weeks to play 30 games, get that traditional model, and then the top 60. The thought and the theory is that the top 60 will then get invited to here to Rosemont to do the in Athletes Unlimited's traditional model with the point system and everything. But really excited because I think we're going to be able to bring pro softball to a couple different cities now starting in 2025.
Well, and you're fortunate enough to be able to work with a couple Olympians that you got the chance to compete with, and Natasha Watley and Jessica Mendoza, as well as Kim Ng. Just talk about the impact that you guys are able to have, and that you're doing this together.
Well, bringing on Kim Ng was huge, and she oversees Jess, Jenny, Tosh, and I, because you put us 4 together and all sorts of big dreams, big ideas, and then sometimes I'm like throwing in the realistic thought processes, but she's been a great addition to being able to balance us all out, keep us on task. But the 5 of us are really passionate about making pro softball something that is sustainable and something that these athletes can do and eventually be able to only do and not have to have other jobs. And I think that's what John and Jonathan with Athletes Unlimited are focused on too, is how can we maximize the opportunities that they're on the field, so that's all they have to worry about for 12 months out of the year. But yeah, there's a lot of brain power on this advisory board, and sometimes I'm just like, man, if we can't get this right, I don't know if we ever will.
Bubba Nichols doubles into the gap in left center field, and that's going to be an inning win, 2 inning wins for Team McQuillan. They win the second, which is a rollover inning, to now the 3rd inning, and it's a 1-1 tie. Bubba Nichols, something in common with Kat Osterman, an Olympian as well. She was a champion this past AUX season. Kat, I'm curious, now that you've been out for a couple of years, you still look like you could still give me a couple of innings. Do you feel like you could still possibly get a professional hitter out these days?
Oh, I don't know. My 18U team asked if I would throw to them at our last practice right before Nationals, and for the first time ever, I was like, sure, why not? It kind of sounds fun. Well, the next morning, it was not so fun. Back, legs, I was bruised, so I don't know. It might take a couple months of throwing and maybe, but not if I jumped out of the chair right now. It would be a little bit brutal.
It's funny, I threw BP to my daughter's team before they took off to go to PGF and threw for like 90 minutes to them, and I was sore for a week and a half, and that solidified why I will not come out of retirement right there.
Oh yeah. The next morning they were like, can you lift your arm? And I think I got it to like barely parallel with my shoulder. I was like, that's about as far as it's going today. So I looked at our head coach. I was like, don't get thrown out, because if I have to try to send runners in a circle, the arm's not going for sure.
Well, Kat, thank you for your time. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for everything that you've brought to this game over the years. It has been wonderful catching up with you.
Thank you guys for having me, and let's make the most of this weekend.
Let's go.
I'm in. That is the great Kat Osterman joining us. And it is now a 1-1 tie in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and we're going to have a pitching change. Kayla Beaver is lifted. In place of her, we'll have Megan Faramo come on.
And I like that they're bringing her in, especially since this ball game's tied up. You've seen Kayla Beaver get herself into a couple little pickles, and I think the back-to-back hits means let's change it up a little bit. So bringing in Faramo, to me, the record doesn't really showcase how well she's thrown. At times she stubbed her toe a little bit, at times late in games, but she's someone that you can depend on big in the moment. You see just that connection with catcher behind the plate. She's been rock solid to follow and got the opportunity to play over in Japan, and I only think she's continuing to get better and better with those types of experiences.
Faramo last year, the Rookie of the Year with Athletes Unlimited. She inherits a runner on at second base. That's Bubba Nichols. Aaron Koffel is the batter. Koffel walked back in the 1st inning. Called strike 1. Koffel from Bremen, Indiana. It's north central Indiana, not too far from here. just south of South Bend. She is the University of Kentucky's all-time leader in homers, runs batted in, walks. 3 times she was first team all SEC. Smoked right to Sam Fisher. Fisher's strong throw gets Koffel at first. 2 down. Fearless play by Fisher.
Well, this is just the example of making some of the hardest plays look so easy. This is just an absolute rocket at Sam Fisher off the bat of Aaron Koffel. This makes it look smooth. You like that quick little look back just to make sure. So good.
71 miles per hour off the bat. Here's Jessie Warren. Jessie hit one softly through the right side of the infield for a base hit in the first inning. 6th hit in 8 games for Jessie Warren.
That last pitch coming in at 56 miles an hour. We've seen Framo touch 70, so just thinking about that velocity difference, 14 miles an hour, that's huge.
Back-to-back doubles here in the 3rd inning. Zirkle and Nichols giving the inning win to Team McQuillan. Into left field, that'll get down. Nichols rounds 3rd. She's being sent home. That throws a good one, and she's out at home. Great peg by Morgan DeBoard. So momentum maybe for Team Palacios.
Well, this is exciting. Morgan DeBoard out there in left, not getting a whole lot of opportunities at times being a rookie, but coming up clutch. So good. Throws on the money. Charlize Palacios in the perfect spot. That's a bang-bang money play by the left fielder, and Palacios behind the dish.
Absolutely even right here through 3 innings. A 1-1 tie, Team Palacios and Team McQuillan. Get closer to the action with your free unlimited club membership. Vote on game MVPs. Compete in the AU Fantasy League for exclusive prizes and more. Sign up now at auprosoftball.com. After today's first game, we're going to play a doubleheader today, but after the first game, we will be exactly at the halfway point of our championship season. 15 games down out of the total 30. Amanda Lorenz leads the leaderboard. Sachel Palacios is in the 2-hole. Lexi Kilfoyle, Tori Vidalis. Don't go to sleep on Alicia Ocasio. Began the day 6th on the leaderboard. Sam Fisher into the wind. Gets it out to the warning track and off the wall. Sam Fisher, a leadoff double to begin our 4th inning. Her 2nd hit of the ball game.
And a really good job swinging early on in the count. She takes a pitch that's hard in the zone, just nails it right to right center. This is so good. Warning track potential all day. I thought for a second maybe Zirkle had it. Such a good drop step, but too much heat on that double by Sam Fisher.
Here's Kaylee Harding. Called strike 1. You can make the argument this is what Alyssa Denham wants. Denham has been in trouble each of the first 3 innings. Base runners galore, but she's had the moxie and the ability to get out of most jams. On the ground to 3rd. One former Seminole throws out a Seminole. Jessie Warren throws out Kaylee Harding in what can be called a Lonnie Alameda special.
Well, to me, it's just what she's been continuing to do such a good job of is just the velo changes, right? Like the pitch that was hit by Sam Fisher was definitely harder, low 60s, but that last pitch coming in at 51 miles an hour. So just tripping hitters up where they're ahead and they're early. You can see in their swings. You see that last one by Andrea Filler, like just early, 48 miles an hour, not on time with it. which can make it tricky as a hitter when you're going in, because Denham's not going to blow you away with the miles per hour. She's not throwing high 60s, but when she offsets that change, her hard stuff seems a little bit harder.
Denham over the years has consistently been excellent in championship seasons. 2022, she finished second out of 60 players. The exact same position she had last year, second out of 60 players. Her first year as a rookie was 2021. Denham finished 18th, which is still exceptional. Lifted in the air. Easy play for Bubba Nichols. 2 down. Let's check in with Savannah Collins with more on Alyssa Denham.
Well, talking to Alyssa as she's just worked through this season, she's talked a lot about controlling her movement. So on her balls that have a lot of movement, she's getting about 6 to 11 inches of movement vertically. It's about maybe here. And then when it comes to her horizontal movement, she's around 4 to 6 inches. So for her, Danielle, you've talked about she's not going to blow you away. That is where she is going to hone in and really be able to work these hitters. But for her, her big focus has been controlling that. It's getting down to the inches as Alyssa Denham continues to evolve as a pitcher. She's talked about my whole career, I've been at the top. And to stay at the top, it takes the little details coming together. And here in week 3, we see her trying to work some out and pull them together as she continues through the season.
Well, and what a blessing it is to be 6 feet tall. I mean, I would have loved to be able to be that tall, because it just makes it even feel that much more deceptive coming out of her hand when she does reach the end of the circle. And it is not always about velocity. I think at times we feel like it is because we talk that much in the college game and how these athletes are getting better and throwing harder now than they ever have. But at the end of the day, it's, are you in control of your pitches? Can you change speeds when you need to? Can you locate in pressure-filled situations? And to me, that's where she's just been money. She's been consistent. She doesn't panic when there's a lot of action going on in the base pass. She just executes one pitch at a time.
Oh, that's a beautiful pitch that she needed. This is an important at bat for Denham. She's facing Morgan DeBoard, who's the number 9 hitter. If DeBoard reaches, we'll go back to the top of the lineup, and Aubrey Leach will see Denham for the 3rd time. 3rd time through the lineup is always a tall ask for a starting pitcher, particularly when you got Aubrey Leach looking at you 3 times. The advantage seems to tilt a little bit towards the hitter after they've seen the pitcher more and more. DeBoard's had a good day. Singled back in the 2nd inning and made a great throw to end the 3rd inning, cutting down Bubba Nichols at the plate. Hey, how about the former Loyola Marymount duo, Sam Fisher and Morgan DeBoard? They're a combined 3 for 3. Just saying. Sam Fisher leadoff double. She's been anchored to second after outs to Harding and Filler, and Denham misses. DeBoard reaches, and the inning continues. And that may be the end of the road for Denham. The captain, Taylor McQuillan, may be thinking what I was thinking and doesn't want Denham to go through the lineup the 3rd time. So, yep, we will have a pitching change. We'll tell you who's coming on to replace Alyssa Denham when we come back to Parkway Bank Sports Complex here in Rosemont, Illinois. Alyssa Denham, 5 hits allowed through 3 2/3. She has the responsibility of the 2 runners on base. It's kind of big in her life right now. Denham has doesn't want to give up those earned runs. She needs some help from Rachel Garcia. Rachel Garcia is the new pitcher. She moves from first base into the circle. Garcia, one of the best pitchers over the last couple of seasons here with Athletes Unlimited. This will be her 11th inning of work.
And to me, the innings seem down when you look at the body of work that Rachel Garcia has done over the course of her time at Athletes Unlimited.
Off the chest of the shortstop, Koffel, and everyone's safe. That'll probably be an error. It is an error, so that means that the day is done for Alyssa Denham. Inning should be over, so if any of the runs score, they will be unearned.
And this is one that Erin Koffel wishes she could get back. She almost hesitates a little bit. If she goes and gets it, I think that that's a ball that she fields cleanly, but defense is on their toes because of the speed of someone like Aubrey Leach and how she challenges by using the dirt. Caught Erin Koffel a little bit on the defense.
Here's Sis Bates. 7-game hitting streak for Sis. Longest active hitting streak in AU. In a left field sinking. Caught! Baba Nichols has done it again! That is a game changer.
So good, Eric. Are you kidding me? We've seen Bubba Nichols make so many of these grabs. Like I said, you're seeing the pros make these plays look easy. This could not come at a more clutch time for Team McQuillan. Bubba Nichols coming up clutch.
Bottom of the 4th inning, it is still a 1-1 tie because of the wonderful defense played by Bubba Nichols. Bases loaded, 2 out, sinking line drive, and she makes the catch to save the day for Rachel Garcia. Well, how would you like to have the chance to win a softball autographed by all of the AU Pro Softball athletes? Well, now you can. Go to auprosports.com/enter to register today. All right, with the 2 relief pitchers into the game, we've got 2 UCLA Bruins in the circle against each other. We've got Megan Faremo and Rachel Garcia as the pitchers. First full inning of work for Faremo, who came on an inning ago. She'll face Erica Piancastelli, Rachel Garcia, and Sierra Romero. Caught in between, Piancastelli. It's called a swing. 1-1. Off the end of the bat, into left field. DeBoard. DeBoard's a good outfielder. All right, Danielle, time for a deep thought.
Tell me.
We have played 14 and a half games so far this season. We have a total of 15 home runs. No one has hit more than 1 home run. 15 different players with 1 home run this year. In years past, we were having crazy numbers of homers.
Yes, we were.
Erica Piancastelli had 9 homers back in 2020. Just by herself
And
one
how
season.
many did Jaquish have?
I think she had 9 too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the lack of home run balls, it's no longer just kind of a blip. This has become a thing. What's happening?
Pitchers, just, I think, continuing to. You're getting some really solid rookies that are coming in off of solid college careers that have carried a different type of confidence coming in to play the pros. I think that definitely is a factor.
Into center field, McClenny makes the play. She was fooled. Maybe the first time in 5 years that Haley McClenny was fooled on this field, but she still had the wherewithal to make the play.
It's a nice job by Haley McClenny. You see that first step. She drops and comes in, but those liners are the hardest balls to track at times in the outfield. That's why I chose to just have a circle around me, not mess around. But even just going back to the home runs, like you got to think too, like they've had to change over to the college bats, which takes away a little bit of pop behind the bat, no doubt. I mean, shoot, when I was back playing in the MPF, those bats were scary. Like thinking about, I was lucky that I had Jessica Mendoza and Kelly Kretschmann on my team because the ball off the bat off some of those women was pretty scary as a pitcher, but they have changed to more of the college bat, so I think that definitely is more than people think as well.
Sierra Romero with a 2-out single. Here's Gwen Svakis. Gwen bounced out to third to end the second inning. Fitting that we talked to Kat Osterman an inning ago in a game that Gwen Svakis is playing. They were connected at the hip in that wonderful, magical season of 2020. They both won a ton of ball games, and Kat would be the first to tell you Gwen was a big reason why she was the champion. They were a great team. 5th inning when we come back to Rosemont.
To be a inspiration to the next generation of softball players is huge for me. I think just being able to pave the roads that they're going to eventually drive is what is always wanted, to be an advocate for the sport and to grow it as much as possible.
There's so many players above me that have opened the doors for us, and so knowing that they put in all that work to open up and give us these opportunities, like, wow, what can we do now to make it even better for the younger generation?
I want legacies and who I am to be carried on in the people that I inspire every single year, whether that's the small kids, whether that's the people that are just learning to love softball and they're 60, 70, 80 years old. You know, you always are able to make the world a better place in that way, and that's all it is, advancing the game and advancing the people that continue to change the world in positive ways.
An Impact Week is a chance for Athletes Unlimited and its players to highlight a specific cause, national observance, partner organization, or an AU initiative throughout the entire week, leading up to the final day, where the celebration continues both in the venue and on our broadcast. Two Olympians going head-to-head. Rachel Garcia in the circle, Haley McClenny in left-handed batter's box. Haley is from Birmingham, Alabama, Morris, Alabama. Played for Pat Murphy at Alabama. Man, you could really have a long, thoughtful, drawn-out conversation. Who's the toughest out to ever come out of Alabama? It would all boil down to Haley McClenny and Kelly Kretschmann. Man, I don't know if you'd ever settle that one. There's been some really good players besides those two, but in terms of handling the bat with power, with finesse, speed, don't get much better than Haley McClenny and Kelly Kretschmann. 3-0. 4-pitch walk by Rachel Garcia to begin the 5th inning.
Next up, pitcher number 44, Charlie.
So Garcia came on with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Got to space to line out to Bubba Nichols to end the frame. Now starts the 5th inning by walking McClenny to get to Charlize Palacios.
And some good rollover inning points here in the top of the 5th inning. 20 points on the line. And we all know the importance. Hey, you can have a good day personally, but if you're not winning ball games or winning innings, it is really hard for you to move up the leaderboard.
This is the 4th time that Team Palacios has had the leadoff batter aboard, yet they have just 1 run. And that run was scored on the back end of a double steal. So they've had a bunch of chances and have not hit well with runners on. Into right field. Play is made by Bianca Stelly. Good professional play by Erica. Here's the other Palacios, Sachelle Palacios. 0 for 1. She was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. Getting hit with a pitch gives you 8 points. Sachelle currently 2nd on the leaderboard. 2nd out of 60 players. Only Amanda Lorenz with more points. It's been a special weekend for the Palacios family.
Yeah, the whole fam in town. She's getting to play. Got to draft her sister, Charlize.
Oh my goodness. 2nd time today that Sachelle Palacios has picked up a bruise.
The third baseman,
Just
number 52.
70-mile-an-hour bruise. Does not feel good.
Oh, goodness. So plus 16 today on being hit with a pitch. Sachelle was pinch run for back in the 2nd inning, which means she cannot be run for again. So she'll stay in the game in a tight one, a 1-1 tie here in the 5th inning.
Dang, she's tough as nails.
Yep.
I mean, no emotion. Can't say that I would have played it like that.
Tougher than walrus gristle. So runners on at first and at second. Here's Sam Fisher swinging a good bat. Sam is 2 for 2. Sam came into this one in a bit of a funk. She was 2 for 15 through the first 7 games of the year. 2 hits in 7 games. She's got 2 hits in 4 innings today. Pops it up. Home run in a phone booth. Fair territory catch is made by Allie Skaggs. Skaggs just came into the game an inning ago when Rachel Garcia moved from first to pitcher. Here's Kaylee Harding, last hope for Team Palacios. This a 20-point inning. Must feel real good to be Kaylee Harding. True rookie, just finished her college experience this past spring, and she has been a perennial in every lineup that she's been a part of. Every team has decided we need to play her. A lot of times it's hard to get a young player in that lineup. Sierra Romero ranges into foul territory to make the play, and the side is retired. So the leadoff walk to McClaney does no damage. It's a 1-1 tie as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Let's go to work. My thought today is even if I swing and miss, I just want it to be a good swing. Feel like I was slightly early. I really tried. Good job. I have no idea. Everything went black.
I love Bubba Nichols. I tried. Everything went black. 2 of the most important plays in today's game Bubba Nichols was part of. She was throwing out at home, trying to score from second base on a single. And with the bases loaded and 2 outs defensively, she made the play of the game with a diving catch to end the frame. Bubba Nichols, champion of June's AUX season out in Wichita, Kansas. She will bat 3rd here in the 5th inning. Nadia Taylor, Morgan Zirkle, and then Bubba Nichols batting against Megan Faramo. A 1-1 tie. This 5th inning is worth 30 points to whichever team can outscore the other here in the 5th. Nadia tried to call time. It was too late. Fouled off the screen. Ball and 2 strikes. Right back to Faramo. 1 down. Here's Morgan Zirkle. Morgan Zirkle, one of 2 active head coaches currently in NCAA softball, playing with Athletes Unlimited. You got Morgan Zirkle, the head coach at Marshall. And then, of course, you've got Victoria Hayward, recently named head coach at Nevada, the Wolfpack. Congratulations to Vic.
And she took someone from Athletes Unlimited to have on staff. Little Delaney Wiz is an assistant coach as well.
All right, this is going to be the most obscure trivia question maybe ever, but I'm going to give it to you. Don't expect you to get it. Name another Athletes Unlimited softball player over the years who was a Division I head coach. I'll give you a hint and you got it. You played internationally with her.
I'm just hating how you put me on the spot here. Joey Lai?
Yes! Joey Lai. Was that the inaugural season, 2020?
Yeah.
She was the head coach, I want to say, at, was she Brown? Somewhere back east.
Yes.
But Joey Lai,
yeah, and she was even juggling that when she was doing the Canadian national team stuff. She was a boss. Thanks for not giving me a hint.
I'll tell you, there's someone out there probably in Chilliwack right now saying to themselves, I knew it! I knew it! How come I couldn't get my hand called?
And Joey Lai was here yesterday. I didn't get a chance to see her, but she was here.
I think Savannah Collins has got another one. Does she have her microphone open? Savannah, what do you got, Savannah? Am I missing someone?
Yeah, yes, I've got an answer to the trivia question.
Okay,
a different one. Kiki Stokes, Kansas City.
Oh, the Rouge, you're
yes.
right. Shout out to Kiki Stokes.
Yep, her 1 year with AU, and then she went on to take on her head coaching career.
Yeah, you got to be good at trivia if your last name is Collins. Thank you, Savannah. Morgan Zirkle reaches with a one-out walk. Zirkle can fly. Wouldn't be surprised that this is a running situation for her. One of the greatest base stealers in AU history. Morgan Zirkle's on it first. On the ground, could be two. There's one. Double play. Second double play turn today. Leach to Bates to Filler, and the inning is over.
Anytime you get a chance to get one double play in a game, it's awesome, but two is pretty special. A little deja vu from earlier in this game.
This has been a fun game. Well played, both sides. 1-1 game. Both Team Palacios and Team McQuillan with 5 hits. We've had plays at the plate. We've had 2 double plays turned. All right. This inning is going to be worth 30 points. 6th inning. Filler, DeBoard, and Leach batting against Rachel Garcia. 2 UCLA Bruins in the circle against each other. Garcia and Megan Faramo. Filler's been playing pepper with Bubba Nichols. She's flied out to left twice. Maybe try someone else. Oh my goodness! Gwen Svekis needs a longer glove.
This was close, so close. It almost felt like she kind of got caught on her back there. Oh.
Pretty good quickness by Gwen.
Love the effort.
That was really quick. Moves around faster than a small town rumor. On the ground to third. Easy play for Jessie Warren. I'll tell you what, Philly needs to try someone else. She's trying Nichols, one of the best left fielders in the world, and she's trying Warren, the best third baseman in the world. Now, the AU Pro Sports Shop is now on Instagram. It's the best way to stay up to date on new arrivals, limited edition items, and our exclusive merch offering. Head to AU Pro Shop to follow and connect. Head to @AU Pro Shop to follow and connect.
For someone that's not really into social media, you covered that well.
Totally into social media. Come on.
No, yeah.
Here's Morgan DeBoard. Perfect day for her. Singled and walked.
And sometimes for those rookies, it just takes an opportunity to get something going. Back-to-back hits for her.
DeBoard finished up her college playing at Minnesota. Golden Gophers, right there in Minneapolis. Probably why she's comfortable this week wearing the purple. There's Prince, Minneapolis, and the colored purple. Closely, is there more person closely associated with Minneapolis than Prince?
I guess not.
No. Walter Mondale. Mary Tyler Moore. DeBoard strikes out. Ball hits the dirt, so Speckis has to throw to first to retire DeBoard. That is strikeout number 1 for Rachel Garcia. She's gone through the lineup 1 complete time now. Here's Aubrey Leach. Typical day for Aubrey Leach. She's put the ball in play 3 times. A single, reached on an error last time up. Flipper left side, foul. Leach truly earned that first run for Team Palacios all by herself. She singled to lead off the ball game. Moved to second on the walk to Sis Bates. Stole third and then stole home. Back end of a double steal, her and Sis Bates. This is an important ball game here for Team Palacios and Team McQuillan. There's a lot of points to be made for winning a game. You get plus 50 for winning a game. And Sasha Palacios currently in second place.
Yeah.
If she can get a win, that would be big for her heading into tomorrow's final game of the week.
I'm trying to get that captain spot yet again. I mean, this is the first time for Sasha Palacios in the captain seat, getting to make the decisions, drafting her sister.
McQuillan and Palacios, 2 teammates on the Mexican national team in the 2021 Olympics. Calling the shots as captains this week. That Mexican national team had really good players on it. Danielle O'Toole was on that team, Tori Vidalis, Sydney Romero, Anissa Ortez.
And Sierra Romero had a chance, but she was still nursing that knee injury. But man, if she would have been healthy, that would have been another one.
They did not medal in 2021. It was Team USA. Japan won. Team USA second, and the great Canadian national team coming in third. I do need to correct myself. Last inning I mentioned that Joey Lai, who played in this league in 2020, had been the head coach at Brown, which is in Providence, Rhode Island. And I was wrong. She was the head coach at Bucknell, Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. So instead of the Brown Bears, she was the head coach of the Bucknell Bison. I got confused with all the B's. Three balls and 2 strikes to Aubrey Leach. Leach's college coach, Karen Wheatley, was in attendance yesterday. Karen and Ralph Wheatley, consistently a wonderful product over the years in Knoxville, Tennessee. And Leach, that's a plus 10 for the base on balls. Inning continues. 6 innings now. All 6 innings, Team Palacios has had at least 1 base runner.
Well, and Aubrey Leach has just been so money from that leadoff spot, battling and battling until a pitcher either makes a mistake or puts her on base, and it's a great job.
This may be the last chance for Sis Bates to keep the hitting streak alive. She has hit in 7 consecutive games, but she's 0 for 2 right now. Was just absolutely robbed back in the 4th inning. Bases loaded, sent a sinking line drive into left field that Bubba Nichols made a wonderful diving catch on. 3-pitch strikeout. Garcia retires Bates, and that'll do it for the top of the 6th inning. Chance for a lot of points that Team McQuillan can score when we come back. Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball is sponsored by Mizuno. This was early this summer, AU Pro Softball Clinic. Presented by Mizuno. Hitting off a tee never gets old. I know my daughters, she said, Dad, I don't want to hit off a tee. People associate that with T-ball. But the pros, the best of the best. You hit off a tee for the rest of your life. That's the thing.
You're right. I make my kids hit off a tee. We go to the cage. It's how you warm up.
That's right.
We don't go right into front toss. We get our swing right. We get in our legs. We hit off the tee.
Great opportunity for Team McQuillan here. Team McQuillan, 30 points on the line. 4th and the 5th. Both scoreless, so this is going to be a 30-point inning if Team McQuillan can score just 1 run. Aaron Koffel, Jesse Warren, Erica Biancastelli batting against Megan Faremo. Popped up. Wind's been a factor all day. Sis Bates makes the catch. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Amanda Lorenz began the day in the top spot. She's still there. Sachel Palacios began the day in the 3rd spot. She is leapfrogged Lexi Kilfoyle. She's in 2nd. Remember, there's a whole bunch of points remaining in this game. Inning wins and game wins. And then we'll have MVPs 1, 2, and 3, 60 points, 40 points, and 20 points handed out.
Potentially a little defensive MVP. I don't know. Bubba Nichols in that catch with bases loaded is pretty clutch.
Morgan DeBoard with a heck of a throw from left field to cut down Bubba Nichols trying to score to end an inning. Could be in consideration as well. Good day for Jesse Warren. Jesse 2 for 2. Ball and 2 strikes to Warren. Oh my goodness, Faremo strikes out Warren. 2 down.
Right fielder 34, Erica.
This is painting corners for Megan Faremo. I mean, man, if I can consistently get a pitch like that, I'm going to continue to keep going to it, especially for those right-handed hitters. That is a tough pitch. It's a ball off the plate, and I'll never complain about it, but I know the hitters will. But
it's the first strikeout for Faremo, who came on with 2 outs back in the 3rd inning. Erica Biancastelli. 2-0 to Biancastelli. 17 career homers for Erica. Her first go-around, 2020. She had 9 homers in 15 games. 3 homers 2021. 3 homers 2022. Just 1 homer last year and 1 so far this year. That 9 homer season in 2020. Good golly. She had 2 more homers than strikeouts. It was hard to walk her that year. She only walked 3 times. How do you hit 9 homers and only get 3 walks? They were pitching to her. Three and 1. Faremo gets the benefit of the doubt again. It's 3 and 2.
Going back to that corner where she got the backwards K on Jesse Warren, that curveball, and why not again go back to back to back, force Biancastelli to hit it to the right side. Tough.
Swung on and missed. Back-to-back Ks. Faremo retires Warren and Biancastelli. We've gone to the 7th inning. It's a 1-1 tie. The 7th will be worth 40 points. Take a look at the play of the game presented by Dick's Sporting Goods.
This was pretty clutch here by Bubba Nichols. Leaves the bases loaded, stranded. This could have been a completely different game.
Fired up Bubba Nichols. She plays with joy and passion. We thank her for wearing that microphone, giving us a chance to listen in, how she interacts with the game and her teammates. We've made it to the 7th inning. Fair to say this inning is worth 90 points. If you win this inning, that means you win the game. This is a 40-point inning. We've been rolling over innings ever since the 4th. And you win 50 points for winning the game. So if one team outscores the other here in this 7th inning, it's a plus 90, which is huge for everyone on that team that wins the inning.
And exactly who you want leading off here for Team Palacios. Haley McClinney walked last time facing Rachel Garcia. That's 6 balls in a row that have been thrown to Haley. It's almost like Garcia just really wants nothing to do with her. See what she does here, 2-0.
Outside 3-0. McClenny is currently 11th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Three and one.
Almost look like the same spot. Just saying.
Another strike. 3-2. After McClenny, 2 Palacioses. Charlize and then Sachel.
Good pitch. Went back with that pitch that she struck out Sis Bates on. That off-speed pitch down and into the lefties. Really tough pitch, but now that opens up her potentially going away, or if she had it in her, up and in to Haley McClenny. We have not seen her throw as many rise balls as she normally does, so we'll see.
3-2. Outside, McClenny works the leadoff walk. Team Palacios has had at least 1 runner aboard in all 7 innings now, and they've only scored 1 time.
Well, now to me, it comes down to the fundamentals of the game. Find a way to sacrifice, get her over, and put her in scoring position to pass the bat to the captain as well as Sam Fisher.
Palacios, deep to left field. It's gone! Charlize Palacios, how do you do?
Scratch that. Why would you want to pass the bat? She just takes action into her own hands. Parents are loving it. I know I said the sacrifice bunt, but man, that got out of here in a heartbeat. On top of the plate, Bruin versus Bruin. She's feeling it.
That one swing of the bat quite possibly could be worth 190 points for Charlize Palacios. That is an MVP 1 caliber swing, which is 60 points right there in itself. Wow. 3-1 lead for Team Palacios.
Just not fooled at all. Kind of gave me deja vu feelings of Tori Vidalis's home run that she hit out yesterday on the inner half. Just absolutely just tasers it to left field.
The way the math works, you get 40 points for the homer. If Team Palacios wins this inning, it's worth 40 points. If they win the game, it's worth 50 points. And if you're MVP 1, that's an extra 60. So that's why we're talking a 190-point swing of the bat for Charlize Palacios. Her sister, Sachel, fouls it back to the screen. Let's check in with a home run hitter. She's with Savannah.
Charlize, you told me so much this week that things are just happening the way that they were supposed to. How do you file this home run in the beauty of week 3?
being able to hit that for my sister and this team, I literally, like, as soon as I felt it, I was like, we did it, oh my gosh, and it just felt like so much relief. And just seeing them all at home plate, I like zoned in on my sister and just watching her there celebrating with me, that was the best moment ever. Honestly, top 3 like favorite moments of my life.
How high did you jump coming down first base? You were up there.
I was up there. I don't even remember running the bases. I was just like, that was so hype. I love that. That was amazing.
Congratulations, Char. Thank you.
Thank you.
Charlize now becomes the first AU player with 2 homers on the season. We had 15 home runs, everyone by a different player until this home run by Charlize.
And you can just tell, like, this relationship between Charlize and Sachelle is #1 priority. These two are each other's hype women.
Oh, that's the 3rd time that Sachelle has been hit with a ball. She was hit with 2 pitches. Now she fouls it off herself. Pretty cool.
Aww.
Mom and Dad made the trip here from San Diego. Wow.
So good.
Unforgettable. And the way this is playing out, if Team Palacios can win this game, they're going to go 2-0 so far here in week 3. And the way that Sachelle is playing and accumulating points, there's a good chance she's going to be another captain in week 4. And she could draft her sister again if that's a possibility. And that's good for Sachelle. She gets 10 points for the walk. So Sachelle does not have a hit today. She is technically 0 for 1, but she's already gotten 26 points because of stats. Twice being hit with a pitch and now drawing a walk. And Rachel Garcia has gotten herself into a spot. She walked McClenny to begin the 7th inning. She allows the home run to Charlize Palacios and then walks Sachelle Palacios. Muffley will come in for the 2nd time today and run for Sachelle Palacios. Sam Fisher, 2 for 3.
Just seeing Rachel Garcia fall behind a little bit more here in the top of the 7th inning, throwing a ton of pitches.
This is the 3rd consecutive inning that Rachel Garcia walked the leadoff batter. I take it back. She walked the leadoff batter in the 5th and in the 7th. She walked the batter, but with 2 outs in the 6th. And the walks finally come back to haunt her. The thing about Rachel Garcia is her stuff is so good. She can get away with walking players time to time. Can't get away from it here in the 7th, though.
It's just that curveball. That pitch is a bread and butter pitch for her, but to those right-handed hitters, it's tending to just continue to keep going. And that's a pitch that, on the flip side, we've seen Megan Framo do a great job of being able to locate a little bit off the plate, get called for a strike. This is coming to us.
Three balls and 2 strikes to Fisher.
Here we are.
Ball landed right on top of the booth. Three balls and 2 strikes. Muffley the runner on at first. Nobody out. 7th inning. Already 2 runs have scored. Changeup, a beauty. Fisher could have swung twice before that ball got to home plate. Third strikeout for Garcia. Well, coming up at the bottom of the hour, 5:30 Eastern time, we'll play the second game of our doubleheader. Team Kilfoyle, Team Lorenz. Team Kilfoyle lost yesterday 6-3. Team Lorenz won 6-3. Called strike one to Kaylee Harding. Harding 0 for 3. This is her second look at Garcia. Oh and 2. Thinking about the bottom of the 7th inning. Scheduled batters: Rachel Garcia, Sierra Romero, and Gwen Svekis. On the ground, could be 2. There's 1. Not in time. Harding runs well. Inning continues. Two down. Harding replacing Muffley at first base. Andrea Filler will bat. Big blow in the inning. The home run by Charlize Palacios. Home run onto the tent just beyond the left field wall. Scoring McClenny in front of her. It's a 3-1 lead for Team Palacios in the 7th inning. Garcia wants to have conversation. Man, Garcia just has these bouts where sometimes she can't find the zone. She's already walked a pair here in the 7th inning. Filler taking all the way. Off the thumb, should end the inning. Catch is made by Allie Skaggs. Side retired, but major damage done for Team Palacios.
Well, you gotta love it when little sis has big sis's back. This was a clutch AB. Mom and dad are loving it. So is big sister. So cool.
The 7th inning, the end of the line for Team McQuillan. They're down 3-1. 2 runs were scored by Team Palacios on the home run by Charlize Palacios in the top of the 7th. They need to answer that. They want to get a big chunk of points. Right now, it's looking like Team Palacios is going to win 40 points if they can win this inning and win the ball game. New pitcher to tell you about. Valerie Cagle comes on, a rookie from Clemson. Cagle will come on and try and slam the door. This is a save situation for Cagle. She'll face Rachel Garcia to begin the bottom of the 7th inning. Impressive numbers for the rookie.
Yep, and someone that's been able to come late into games and step up. I mean, her drop ball is tough. She throws that ball 70+ miles an hour down in the zone. So I like her coming in here, bottom 7, just trying to shut the door.
Cagle, a 5-year player at Clemson. Wonderful two-way performer. Clemson's all-time leader in batting average, hits, and homers. In wins, saves, shutouts, and strikeouts. What else do you want?
Yeah, she did a special thing for Clemson. I mean, she really put them on the map with Coach Ritter, and just what Clemson was able to do was really impressive for those new starter programs. I mean, you say the same thing about Duke and Coach Marissa Young and what she was able to do in such a short time to get them to Oklahoma City this year. That's really hard with how good these teams are in the college game. Just goes to show how much of an impact those coaches are able to have.
All right, after watching Rachel Garcia for a number of years, one of the best competitors I've ever seen, she gave up 2 runs top of the 7th inning. She's got a chance to atone right here. She's going to be a tough out. Said she's always modeled her game after Lisa Fernandez. Fernandez was tough. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove. That's out number 1.
I mean, this is a tough pitch. This is 69 miles an hour down in the zone. You see that just dropping off the table. Really tough pitch.
Sierra Romero. Sierra singled her last time up. Timeout. Charlize Palacios will have a conversation with Cagle.
You have to think that communication between the battery so important. 1 week you could be catching a completely different pitcher, and then the following week you're catching Valerie Cagle. So the faster you're able to kind of get to know the tendencies, what they like to throw, when they're not throwing strikes, what they need, all of those things are a key component in the success of a team. If you don't have a solid battery, it's not going to work.
2 balls and a strike. Two-hopper to the second baseman, Leach. One second baseman throws out the other. 2 down. Save situations not unfamiliar to Valerie Cagle. 14 career saves during her 5 years playing at Clemson. She can slam the door by retiring Gwen Svekis. Gwen's 0 for 2. Off the pitcher's glove. And it's going to be an infield base hit for Svekis. Game continues.
Good job by Gwen, swinging early in the count. A little bit of a jam job, but gets the job done. Now puts Nadia Taylor in a position here to do some damage and bring in pinch runner Jadlyn Alchin over to run for Gwen Svekis.
Well, look who's coming to the plate. Nadia Taylor, who has had a flair for the dramatic in past seasons. Professional hitter if ever there was one. Nadia's going to bat with a chance to tie the game with a homer. She's got enormous power. The Olympics ending today. Nadia was named for an Olympian. Both of her parents were big fans of Nadia Comaneci, who was getting 10 after 10 after 10 in the 1976 Olympics. Gymnast. On the ground, could be the ball game. Sis Bates throws out Nadia Taylor, and the game is over. Team Palacios rides Charlize Palacios to a win. Her 2-run home run in the top of the 7th inning is the difference maker. It is a 3-1 win for Team Palacios over Team McQuillan.
Well, I mean, Charlize Palacios and Sachelle have been so fun to watch together as sisters, but Sachelle Palacios, first-time captain, doing a heck of a job, if you ask me.
Team Palacios 2-0 so far here in week 3. Our final score is 3-1. Team Palacios over Team McQuillan. Our Athletes Unlimited Action continues, 5:30, bottom of the hour. Team Kilfoyle taking on Team Lorenz. For Daniel Laurie, for Savannah Collins, I'm Eric Collins. We'll see you then.